Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to be trying out DollarTree Cricut Joy mats and some of the vinyl. I just saw it at my Dollar Tree now. I think they've been out for a while though, because I think I'd heard that they had mats. I knew for sure the vinyl had been out, but I just hadn't picked any up. So I do have these to share with you guys. If I have other things linked, those in the description box, those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. I will say I'm not in the mood to be what's the word? Irritated by this stuff. For hopefully it works out, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, you know? So let's check out the mat, and I already have my laptop here so I can run my Cricut Joy. I used to have it right in front of me all set up and ready to go, and then I replaced that with a thing that holds markers and my inks, because that's a better option to have in front of me. So then I have my Spellbinders Platinum Aqua 6 and my marquee in front of me, so I'm going to move those guys just so I can get the Joy in a spot that makes sense, but she's not here right now. So let's check this out. I think it's very slick on the back. I'm trying to see if I have my Cricut, the regular mat. I keep pulling out the extended mats. That's pretty much what I like to buy, because why not, right? They are exactly the same width. I mean, if they're a little bit off, I would be amazed. It looks exactly the same, right? Corner rounded, just like the other mats are. This is the light grip, and this is the standard grip as far as Cricut goes. Both these things need to be washed. They are not sticky like anymore at all. To re-stick these guys, I usually just get a non-scented baby wipe and wipe it off. You can probably just wash it with some soap. It's just like, you know, anything that's like sticky, or like those little wacky wall walker things, like those toys, if you wash them with soap, they get sticky again. You can re-stick these. They don't recommend spraying them with other things, but people do that too. So obviously it's your machine, do whatever you want. But so these are standard grip. It feels pretty tacky. It's hard for me to know, like, if I scratch at it. It's definitely obviously something that was laid on top of there. You know, I would say this is also something that's obviously laid over top. Otherwise it wouldn't be sticky, would it? The back of this feels very smooth though, where this has like you see how shiny this is? And this has like a grip, kind of, because it's like textured, right? I don't know if you can see that, and where this is super shiny, so I wonder if that'll do anything while it's going through. The top, let's see, is also not as shiny or as slick as the back, but it is pretty smooth, where this also has a little bit of a tooth to it, you know? So I'll be curious to see what happens there. What I'm going to do is just make this easy. I grabbed a ton of them, so hopefully they work out. Let me put these over here. We'll cut some lightweight paper, some heavier weight paper, and then some vinyl. I mean, that's, I think, the best that we could do. I do have some glitter vinyl and just a regular one. I don't know that it matters much. I really tend towards this one. So I'm going to pull this one out. Again, this is not the kind of thing you run without a mat, right? Like the Cricut Smart things, I don't think. It is very thin. I mean, this feels like paper to me. It doesn't even feel like it has vinyl that you're going to peel, but that's what we have here. So I'll put those to the side. I already have this pulled up, yeah. For Cricut Design Space. Just remember, if you're new or forget, click for Joy. At least that's what we're using right now. And I need to turn on my Bluetooth too, because that's another thing I always forget to turn on. So let me go get the Joy and I'll be right back. Joy here, I'm just gonna open it up. Of course, the Joy doesn't have any kind of button. As soon as you plug it in, it turns on, the light comes on, and it'll stay on forever. Even if you, walk away, it'll stay on for weeks. It does not shut off on its own. It's already loaded with the blade, and I'm just gonna select Joy. Okay. And I'm just going to pick something simple, and I'll probably just cut that same simple thing from lightweight cardstock, heavyweight cardstock, and the vinyl. So for lightweight cardstock, I have just some Recollections paper. You guys know that's like probably 65 pound, just their basic. This is some really good Spellbinders paper. And like I said, I'll probably cut the same image. So I'm just going to look around and see what it is that I would want to cut out of the paper. I don't really care, obviously, whatever, but this vinyl, I would like to use it if I'm going to use it. So let me choose an image, and I'll be right back. Maybe you guys want it. So I click on New Project, just right there. And then, I will look for an image. Something, it's usually, well, let's look for something free, just so if you guys wanted to do the same thing. And, I don't know. It's like Halloween time right now. We'll find something, or maybe some leaves. I don't know. Halloween. What do they got under Halloween? Ooh. You know what I don't like though? A lot of times when it says free, see how this is free, fine, but this one's free, but then it has the access. If you try to use it, it still wants you to sign up for access for your free trial, even though it's free. Like, I don't like that. So, for me, oh, maybe something like this guy. That would be cool in vinyl, wouldn't it? Let's do that one. Okay, so add to canvas. So I guess we're gonna do this together. I have it tilted towards me, guys, just so that you don't see a lot of glare from my lights. 3 by almost 4. Let's see. 3 wide. That's cool. Maybe a little bit bigger. I'm just pulling it, but of course you can, you know, do your stuff over here. Okay, I'm gonna click make it. That was easy, huh? For any material, and mat size is 4.5. It always defaults to the 4.5 by 6.5, and I'm just gonna say continue, and I'm gonna cut the papers down. Okay, I'll be right back. On my Cricut, especially this kind of thing, I like to just, I mean, sometimes I cut down the paper, but honestly, when it's really thick paper like this, I rather it stick to the whole thing, because this whole surface will have it stick down instead of a little piece that maybe your needle is going to gouge and move it, and it's so annoying. So for me, I rather just cover the whole thing, and even the length of it, like this hanging out the side, I don't care. Just cover it, that way it's really stuck down everywhere, and hopefully that tension helps keep it there. So we're going to start off with the lightweight paper. This one I had to cut down because you saw how the paper was kind of cut into and all that. So again, Recollections paper, super lightweight. I'm just going to pop that on there. I want to see how sticky it is. I mean, that's kind of coming up pretty easily, but okay, let's just say continue. Please connect your joy, of course. It has no idea. And even though it's right in front of me, and this is a new, relatively new Mac, it just takes a while sometimes. I'm still going to say medium cardstock just because it's lighter weight than that, but I like it to push on it a little bit harder. And then the fine point blade's already there. Let's load our mat. Okay, it's not, I mean, pull it in just fine. Doesn't seem to say, hey, that's a bunk thing you got there. Okay, we're gonna click on go. And you know, I mean, the mats are relatively expensive anyway, right? If you buy them on sale especially. So for $1.25, I mean, it's fine. If it works, great. They're probably about, what, half price? I want to say the mats are like $5 or $6, but I don't remember if it's only 1 or 2 in the pack when you buy them at that price. So, I'll let this cut. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we're done. And so let me just click well, one thing is I always check before I click unload just in case it didn't actually cut very well, and that looks pretty good, right? It's already coming up, so let's go ahead and unload. If I had done that and the paper was still like not cut through, I would just say rerun. So I'd run it again, right? The same cut. And it'll go over the same exact area again. If you unload it and then load it back, it might be a little bit off from the first time, so you always do not want to release it. You know, just check a little bit if you can. It has a good stick, but I wouldn't say it's too sticky, because I know whenever you use the standard grip, I hardly ever buy the standard grip ones from Cricut because they are so sticky, like ridiculous sticky. So this is a good amount of stick, I would say. I mean, I'm gonna, ooh, look at that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take a second to clean this off, and for some reason I always misplace my bigger little paddle scraper thing, so I'm just gonna use this little guy even though I don't want to, but that's what I have. Okay, so let's get this out of the way, and this too. And again, this paper, again, it's like the super old, inexpensive Recollections paper. A lot of times the black and like darker colors do that. They feather. It's really bad. Okay, so let's take this guy. This is the Spellbinders. I would say 300 GSM, probably like 110 or so. I mean, it's heavy stuff. Okay, so let's do this one again. And this time I'm going to say heavy cardstock. And it's already loaded up, so I'm just going to push that in there. Again, I laid that on there really nicely. And let's do our cut. So let's go. And then I'll be back. We'll check to see if it pushed through really well or cut through really well. But I'll be back. Oh, I almost forgot because I haven't used this in a while. I mean, whenever I use the other machine, like my larger machines, I don't really pay attention. I forget that when you do heavyweight, it does 3 passes. So I'm sure it'll cut through. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I'll be back. You know, we're getting ready to use the vinyl, and I'm like, maybe it gives you some info. But it just says water resistant, easy to weed adhesive, effortless to apply, works with most vinyl craft cutters for use with adhesive cutting mat, which is what we talked about. Obviously, it's not going to be a smart material. So again, if it wasn't cut through, you know, I can check that feels pretty good. Obviously, you can see, hopefully it's coming away really nicely. I would just click rerun, but I'm going to click unload. This is a cool image. Yeah, I don't know why they do that with the access and the thing. It's like, if it's free, it's free. Don't make people do that. And also, I know, peel this away to keep this straight, but it'll straighten out anyway. Look at that. Really nice. The cuts are nice. Again, it's not super complicated. So we'll take a look at all that at the end. Let me clean off my little mat and then I'll be right back. So I cleaned that off and I can see it's been cutting like from here to like here. So I also put it in backwards just if you notice. My voice cracked. What's going on? Yes, I'm so young. My voice is cracking here. Anyway, it goes this way. I'm still going to go in the same spot just to see about the stickiness. Because if I go over here, then that's an area that hasn't been, you know, stuck on. So I just want to see how much stickiness we're getting. So we're on the centimeter side. But what I was going to say is I can see about how much and then cut it off. But I honestly don't. Let's say here. Just to give it that little extra, like I said, to hold on. But obviously we don't want to waste vinyl either. Even if it was $1.25. Okay, so let's stick that down. Alright. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's put this over here. Smart Vinyl Permanent. Okay, let's look at browse all materials, only because I'm not sure exactly what I want to put. Let's look at all categories. Let's say vinyl. Adhesive foil, dry erase vinyl, glow-in-the-dark vinyl, holographic sparkle vinyl. It is glitter. I mean, I don't know if I should just pick something generic. Textured metallic. There's a lot of things. Shimmer. I know it is glittery, but it's not really. Let's say frosted glitter, see what happens if that even makes a difference, okay? So let's click done. Okay, I'm gonna load that up. I really kind of just ran my hand over that. It felt pretty good. Okay. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna click go and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works out. Let's see what I'm thinking. Also, that's the same blade I've had in that machine and I've used it quite a bit. You guys know the first one I returned and that was a whole, that was a whole thing. But this one I haven't had super long amount of time. Something is picking up though. I can see that it's picking up the, I don't know what. We'll see. It is on a carrier, you know? And it just feels like paper. So, it seems like it's only going to cut one time. We will see. Again, before it unloads. Oh goodness. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick at it. Because this is a little bit different, right? You see what I'm saying? This is picking up. Oh, interesting. The little bits were already picking up. Look. I can see that, you know, here. Very interesting. I guess it cut. I mean, obviously, since these pieces are coming off, this stuff is very thin. I don't know if you can see, like, I layered them, and you can see my fingers through this pretty easily. Okay, I will then unload it. I guess we're good. I mean, I feel like I have this whole piece here that I can use for something else if I cut it nicely, but kind of already, do you know what I'm saying? Again, usually with my vinyls, I try to maximize my designs and space so I don't waste any. But we could have trimmed this down before putting it on here. Okay, well, I'm going to take a moment just to weed everything while it's still sitting on here anyway. I'll be right back. Well, I know this is naughty because I don't know where my carrier vinyls are. I mean, I probably could find them. This is not the most complicated image though, but yeah, you definitely want to remove the rest of the stuff and then pick this up with your carrier. You know what I'm saying? So I am doing something that's very naughty and hopefully it doesn't tear any of these other pieces. Okay, that looks good. I'm just trying to make sure. So this part of it, guys, don't do this. But you definitely want to bring your little, take away the excess stuff, right? Put your carrier vinyl on this and bring it up. I don't know where to put this. I have nothing to put this on, so I'm going to put this on this dirty thing here. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Again, that's why you use your little carrier stuff so you can put it down without getting an incorrect placement, but there we go. That looks pretty good. I'm just doing this very slowly. Hopefully I don't get... And again, this thing that I'm sticking on is probably dusty on top of that. It's not great. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is just place this on top. Smooth it out with my hand. Oh, we can take this off too to see how much it actually cut, like how deep that cuts. Again, I chose a certain vinyl option, the one that was like frosted glitter. And it almost cut all the way through, but not bad, right? I mean, at least it cut it. That's all we care about, that the thing gets cut. And what I was trying to say is normally, like if I know I have something I can use this piece, you know, like if I'm going to cut out a name and all I need is like an inch piece of this stuff, I will reuse this little strip, you know. So I'll put that to the side. But yeah, I mean, not bad. It is very, we're talking about the vinyl now, very thin. Again, you really want to push against this, like if you had like this tool I just got from some Happy Mail, whatever it is, you really want to stick that down. It does say waterproof. We will see. I don't know if you can see the difference from where I burnished it and where I didn't. I don't know, maybe you can see there's like a difference in color there. So I'll probably take a moment. Oh, I probably can even push from the back side. As long as it's nice and firm, right? I don't know. Let me take a moment to burnish that out, just so we can have a real good look. Of course, normally if you have your transfer vinyl clear stuff, you would place it on there. It's gonna be nice, and you know, burnish it, burnish it, burnish it. And you can tell, and as you're picking up the transfer vinyl, you can see if it's not stuck down really well in any area. But that's not bad. It is, like I said, kind of see-through. I mean, it's hard to tell, but if you really look, it's not bad though, honestly. Again, waterproof, sure. If it's plastic, I don't see why it wouldn't be waterproof. Yeah, pretty cool. To be honest, for me, I would pick this up because I don't do a lot of vinyl stuff. So for me, if it's inexpensive, we can try it out and, you know, kind of play and see what you can come up with. And then they had tons of colors. I just was like, well, I don't use it that often, so I only grabbed a few colors, kind of fall related. I wanted white, of course. This one's like a pretty berry color, and then this one's just like a glittery autumn color, you know. So not bad. And then this guy still feels sticky. I'm sure we can. It still feels pretty good. Again, sticky enough to hold it, but not so sticky that it's like just ridiculous. And then, you know, you can look at your pieces. The cuts are fine, and the paper didn't really like curl up too much. So, all right. Well, I'm impressed. All right, guys. Finally, you can say something like that when I'm working with the Joy. It's kind of weird. All right, guys. I'll talk to you before I go. It is 4.5 inches wide, of course, 48 inches long, so 4 feet. All right, guys. Bye now.